Successful business writing begins by recognizing that initially, readers do not care about your information. Sounds harsh, I know. The reality is, readers care about how your information affects them. As such, all business writing has two parts: content, which is your information, data, and key points, and business application, which differentiates business writing from all other forms. The business application part of business writing means that we have to keep a business perspective. Business writing is a tool for getting things done. There are two distinct perspectives by which we can write: the writers or the readers. In school, we learn how to write from the writer's perspective, so most of us approach writing this way. Writers want to build a case before drawing conclusions, recommending solutions, and action. This stems from our early lessons in writing, to include an introduction, body, and conclusion in that order. Writers often use formal, professional language to appear competent and educated. In doing so, the writer's perspective often buries opinions and conclusions in a massive amount of data. Writers think that the reader needs the background information first to understand the rest of their communication. In short, the writer's perspective is hesitant to get down to business. However, in business, we need to write from the reader's perspective. In fact, business writing is all about the reader's perspective. We call this you attitude. The reader's perspective is about writing to meet the reader's needs. It's all about the person who's reading our communication. This means that business writing looks at everything through the reader's lenses. Business writers must think about the reader's perspective at all times. The academic model of writing introduces a concept with background information, provides analysis, and then recommends a solution. The business model turns that on its head, providing the solution first, the appropriate content and analysis, and finally the background and conclusion. Remember that professionals have finite resources, not the least of which is time. The harsh reality is that your reader is busy and will likely give 3 to 5 seconds of interest time to your communication. The business model gets to the point and gets things done by focusing on what readers are looking for. Put another way, you want the bottom line up front, followed by your supporting information and your urgency using the business model. Understanding the use of the business model, we can now talk about how to structure content. Any business document you can create can fit into one of three models: the 3-paragraph, list, or heading model. Let's look at the elements of each to gain a better understanding of how to structure documents. The basic model consists of 3 paragraphs, an opening paragraph stating what needs to be done, a second paragraph with the main point, and a closing paragraph with a time frame and action information. The list model is the same as the basic model, with a list in paragraph 2 to organize content. The list is the only structural difference. Paragraph 2 of the basic model has 1 point, where the list model has 2 or more points in paragraph 2. The general rule for selecting the list model is, if you have to make 2 or more key points, list them using bullet points. Third, the heading model consists of 4 or more paragraphs as a result of the quantity of content. The general rule for selecting the heading model is the need to use multiple paragraphs, 4 or more. Headings, rather than bullets, are used to organize content for each paragraph or section. In this model, headings are used as a headline for each paragraph. The use of headings is often a deciding factor which determines if a communication is read or tossed in the trash. Most business professionals put the most important thing to their readers in a difficult place to find: the middle or near the end, or absent altogether in their communication. Only a tiny percentage of emails, those written by senior executives, state what needs to get done in paragraph 1. It's a harsh reality. This results in confusion and hinders progress in business projects and getting things done. Use this bottom line first model to create effective openings. It's a 3-part formula. Sentence 1, state what you want the reader to do, what you want them to get done. Sentence 2 to 3 should include your most important points. And then sentence 4 to 5 should suggest urgency and request action. Putting what you want to get done in paragraph 1 is a simple yet effective way to get things done. This common sense tactic is rarely used. Make it a common practice and see what happens. An effective closing paragraph is appropriately specific about when and what you want the reader to do. When directness is tempered with positive tone, you might be amazed at what people will do for you. An effective closing addresses specific questions a reader might have. Further, the closing provides readers the specific resources needed to respond to the request and obtain necessary information. Here are 3 ways to appropriately and specifically close a communication to help your reader know what to do. The one you choose depends on the tone you wish to create. You can ask a question, such as, "Can you send me the report by April 15th?" You can make a definitive statement. "Please meet with Joan next week and call me to discuss the results on Monday." And finally, you can build goodwill, such as, "Thank you, John, for making the changes to the system before testing begins in September." Using one of these 3 ways of closing, again, ask, make, and build, you can make the purpose stated in your opening paragraph real for the reader by tactfully sharing the deadline and action that they need to complete as a result of the communication.